This segment is sponsored by Blazer Heating, Air and Plumbing.
Summer is definitely here, and it's so important to have a plan just in case your HVAC system goes out. Jeff Williams with Blazer Heating, Air and Plumbing joins us this morning to share his insights on this. It's something you're very familiar with. You get that call and going like, ah! Yeah, it's really hot. People ask me that came last winter and say, what are Richmond summers like? We hear they're hot. And wait till July. And here we are. So let's talk a little bit about that plan. What do we do when the HVAC system goes out right after we call you?
Well, the most important thing to do is make sure we turn that system off. You know, oftentimes whenever people continue to let that system try to run and attempt to cool the home, you know, it can cause further strain on the equipment, which can damage that equipment. And the second recommendation we have as well is to turn the fan to the on position, just so it can circulate some airflow if possible, so the system doesn't just sit stagnant with airflow, to try to at least get something, you know, circulating in the home.
So we turn the AC part off.
Correct.
Leave the fan or put the fan on. So is it circulating just the air in the house, or is it bringing in outside air?
It circulates just the air in the home. Good. So that the home doesn't sit stagnant, if you will.
Yeah, okay. That's great advice. I hadn't thought about that. And if it's not working for a reason. And if you keep asking it to work, it could cause even bigger problems.
That's exactly right.
See, didn't know any of that. Now we do. I was going to say run to the neighbor's house, but that probably will happen later in the day if you can't get there right away. If it goes out, obviously there's reasons for that, and it can be anything from something small to something major, and obviously you need to know what you're doing, and that's exactly what you do. And when you get there, can you tell pretty quick when you're just looking at that outside unit that you got problems, or is it inside, or just everything's different?
Well, it's always something new, you know, that we see. I mean, some things occur more often than others, but you know, one of the most common things that we see is, you know, dirt. Dirt can impact the system, whether it's a dirty filter or a dirty coil on the inside system that's not allowing air to flow freely, or the outdoor unit being dirty to where it can't breathe properly, you know. Mechanical failures, what we typically see, are often caused by, you know, it just being dirty.
Being dirty. I hadn't thought about that either, so that makes perfect sense. Mine's around the side of the house where nobody ever goes over there, so nobody ever looks over there.
That's right.
And I bet you see that. You got to stay cool. You've already given some great advice. Is there anything I can do to clean that unit? Is there something the homeowner can do?
Well, you know, it never hurts to take a water hose and, you know, spray the outdoor unit off. You know, set a reminder on your phone to make sure that you're changing your indoor filters, you know, because nobody wakes up and says, oh, today's filter cleaning day. It's just, you know, not our nature to do so. So any reminder that you can set to help you remember to change that filter. And like I said, it never hurts to take a water hose just to spray that coil off outside to make sure that it's good and clean so that system can breathe the way it should.
Filter by definition is catching dirt and catching stuff in the air. So if you leave it long enough, it's going to catch a lot of stuff, and then it gets clogged, and then the unit is working a lot harder, I'm guessing, to get things moving.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
And that strain could be part of the problem.
Yeah, the system has to breathe to function properly.
Yeah. Don't we all? Especially this time of year. Thank you for great information, obviously. And after you turn the AC off and the fan on, you call Blazer.
That's exactly right.
Got it in order there. Thank you so much for some great information. Blazer Heating, Air and Plumbing. They're located at 7025 Pole Green Road, right there in Mechanicsville. For more information, give them a call at 804-277-8972 or visit the website, blazerservice.com. Connect on social media as well. Stick around. Virginia This Morning returns after a quick break.